This week in sports is packed with a ton of great events. So in today's episode of College Crossfire, we'll talk the Texas women's basketball game against LSU, the 2026 Milan Winter Olympics, and of course, we'll have plenty of discussion over the Super Bowl. All of this and much more on College Crossfire.
You know, I really think that Texas fans should start buying their tickets to the Cheez It Bowl because I think that's where we're ending up this season.
I respect the game. I'm going to get up, grab the football, go back with my teammates, and give the ball to the ref.
Shout out to the Tavern and the Austin Gooners. No, not that type of gooner.
Get out of my face. I've seen enough out of you.
One show down and 11 more to go. Welcome back to College Crossfire, the best debate show on the 40 acres. I'm your host, TJ Krolitz, and we have plenty of action coming your way. But before we get into the first round, I want to share that today's show is brought to you by Cap Metro, Austin's transit system. We connect you to work, school, play, and everywhere in between. So plan your ride anywhere in Austin this weekend at capmetro.org. For those who've never tuned in before, here are the rules for tonight's show. There'll be 3 rounds containing 3 questions each. For every round, I'm going to dish out points in the amounts of 3, 2, and 1 based on our contestants' answers. Whoever has the most points from their answers by the end of the 3rd round will be crowned as this week's College Crossfire champion and will get the return for our next episode. But there's a catch. Everyone must know before we begin our 3rd and final round, better known as Rapid Fire, is worth double the points, meaning no lead is safe. Also, our contestants have not yet been able to see or prepare for these questions whatsoever. So they have to think on their feet and come up with their idea of the best possible answer. If there's a tie by the end of Rapid Fire, don't worry, I have a bonus question ready that will help determine our Crossfire champion once and for all. So now that we've reviewed the rules, let's introduce our contestants. And on first base, the winner of last week's show, welcome back, 1-0 EP, Santiago Ortiz.
Thanks for having me, TJ. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm trying to go 1-0 one more time, so let's get it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, get 3. That's called a winning streak, you know? Well, 2, actually. You got to get the 3. Yeah, that's true. All right. And on okay. All right. And on second base, coming back on the show to get her first Crossfire dub, welcome, Ali Schreibman.
Hello. Oh, my gosh. Thanks, guys. I want to wish everyone a happy National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Yay. Claps from the audience. And I want TJ to know how it'll look if I don't win today. Just support your local women in sports.
All right, yeah, a lot of pressure on me today. All right, and on third base, he's also a 1-0 EP for the Great Show 1-0 Sports Show. Welcome to the show, Tyler Strempel.
I appreciate that there is a little bit of applause. I'm also afraid of what's going to happen if I win tonight. And I just want to say to the Detroit Tigers fans, and specifically to their catchers, Fromber will throw a 97-mile-per-hour fastball right at your chest. Just be careful for that.
All right. Public service announcement for the Tigers. Now that we've introduced our contestants, it is finally time to start the show. Starting with question number 1. The NBA draft won't be held until June, but that doesn't stop basketball fans and analysts from suspecting who will be the number 1 pick in this year's draft. With multiple players having incredible years within college basketball and beyond, who do you think will be the first overall pick in the NBA draft this summer, and why? We're going to start off with the defending champ, Santi.
Yeah, I think this is actually quite an easy pick for me, TJ. I'm going to go with AJ, however you say his last name. We all know who he is. Debonsa, yeah, I'm sure it's pronounced that way. But this guy's, I think he's just the best scorer in college basketball. He's averaging around 23 points a game. He had 43 points earlier in the season. And to me, he looks like the new NBA prototype, a lanky guard that can shoot, really athletic. I think he fits well in today's NBA.
Yeah, I think he checks every modern box in the NBA. Allie?
I'm also going to go with AJ Debonsa. I don't want to rock the boat or anything. I won't rehash anything Santi said. He pretty much covered AJ's game, but also his competition. I was actually going to pick Darren Peterson initially, but, he's had some injury issues, first the hamstring, then the ankle. I'm not saying that's an end-all be-all, but it's going to turn some GMs off from him. And then Boozer's great too, but there's kind of talk that maybe NBA execs don't think he's explosive enough. Maybe his ceiling's not so high. I don't know if those rumors are true, but if there is a rumor mill, whether it's fair or not, that's going to affect the pick too. So for those reasons and everything that Santi said, I also picked Debonsa.
All right. And then Tyler, round us out.
Yeah, we're going to go with the trifecta. I also picked AJ Debonsa, but I have some very key statistics here. So I was going with the stats here. So the bottom 5 teams in the league are Brooklyn, New Orleans, Indiana, Washington, and Sacramento. of those 5, 3 teams, that's Washington, Sacramento, and I want to say Brooklyn, have opponent points per game over 120.6. They're all terrible on defense. Assuming that there's a pretty good chance that one of those 3 gets the number 1 pick in the lottery, as they should because that's where the highest percentages are, they're going to be looking for someone who's also a really, really good scorer and also really, really good on defense. Debanza checks both of those boxes. Move it up, okay. 23.3 points per game, super incredible on defense, and has the biggest defensive ceiling thanks to his height and his wingspan. So I think someone's going to take a flyer, not a flyer, but someone's going to want to pick him to really anchor a new defense and a rebuild.
All right, I get that, and I like all you guys' answers. Of course, it gets a little difficult whenever you guys answer the same answer, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Tyler for the 3 here, just because of the situational. It's gonna be a long night, huh? Tyler, I'm gonna give you the 3 here, because I think that you had a good reasoning with the teams currently at the bottom of the chain right now trying to get that number 1 pick, what they were trying to target. I think AJ checks all those boxes. This one is kind of a toss-up between you two. I think you guys had both equally good points. I know that the crowd's going to want a specific answer, but I think right now, I think I have to go with Santi just because of the specific things that you brought up. The 42 points, or 43 points, I guess, against Arizona. That was a huge game. That was a big indicator. I liked your reasons, but you also kind of put the points on Darren Peterson and Cam Boozer more
Fair
than
enough.
AJ. But
Fair enough.
I did like your answers still. So
Thanks.
we'll move on to the next question. The Texas Longhorns women's basketball team took down the Sooners on Sunday with a solid start, and they never looked back. While OU gave the Longhorns some trouble, notably in the second half, the team that Texas plays tomorrow will definitely throw a few more punches. The LSU Tigers beat the Longhorns in Baton Rouge by 5 on January 11th. With revenge on their minds, Texas has a chance to continue to cement themselves as a team to watch for the national title. For this game, predict the score and tell me why you think it will go that way. Allie, you start us off.
I'm about to lose the crowd with this one.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do think the Tigers are going to take this one. I think it's going to be really – sorry, guys. I think it's going to be really close. My score is 70-74. LSU's offense has just been so scary lately. They're scoring 98.9 per game to Texas's like 77.8, I believe. The Longhorns are also in a slightly tougher stretch than LSU is right now. I think LSU's only had 2 ranked opponents in the last 7 games, one being Texas and one being 21 Alabama, who they smoked. Texas has had a little bit more competition recently. I do think that home field advantage is going to mean a lot to the Horns. I do think that an energetic win in Oklahoma with maybe something to prove after that second half is going to mean something. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I think it's going to be a really great game and a really close one, but I think the Tigers will take it.
LSU's offense averaging 98 is pretty crazy.
Scary, right?
It is, yeah. Tyler?
I'm going to have to agree with the crowd on this one. I think that's just false. Thank
Whoa,
you. Yeah.
Turning the crowd.
Wow. Okay. There's 2 reasons that I think Texas is going to be able to pull out a really close one. Just to start off, I think it's 73-71 Texas. It's not going to be a very big win. It's going to be very close, and there are 2 reasons. A, yes, home court advantage. Obviously, you get sort of an advantage from your fans, and the Charge has been absolutely electric this year. Yes, Thank you. But there's one big reason, and a 5-point loss, not a bad performance against LSU. Aaliyah Crump is back for this matchup between LSU. Her 3-point ability and her accuracy in free throws, I think, are finally going to be able to make a more well-rounded offensive attack against LSU. Pull out the clutch win, 73-71.
All right. Got a Texas prediction. Santi?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Ali here. I think that LSU is going to pull out this win. I'm going to go with a bit of a lower score. I'm going to go with 65-59. I think that Kim Mulkey is just really poised when she comes to Austin every single time. I spoke on this last week, but I think she really knows what she's doing at this Longhorn team. She's not going to be afraid of the home crowd, and I think she's going to be able to get her team riled up. And like Ali mentioned, I mean, the Texas schedule this past month and looking forward is just really rough. And I think that this is one of those games that they just unfortunately drop.
All right. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I'm going to go right here. This is another tough one. You guys are giving good answers. I'm going to go Allie the 3 points here because I think you brought up the best points. The offense on LSU. The offense on LSU, the recent scheduling, it all kind of makes sense for LSU to have a good game here and, maybe triumph. So I'm going to give you the 3 here. Tyler, I'm going to give you the 2 here, though, because I do think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a 1-possession game. And I like that you brought up Aaliyah Crump. I would have given you the 3. I just don't know if she's going to make an immediate impact coming right out of injury. So I'm going to give you the 2. Santi, I'm going to give you the 1. I just think it's going to be a little bit more high scoring. LSU's offense has been on a tear recently. Texas, of course, has a very good offense as well. So I think, obviously, they have both good defenses, but I think it's going to come out. Good offense beats better defense, you know.
You don't got to prove your point to me, man. You're the judge.
No, I'm just saying. Okay. Then I won't, man. All right. The last question of the first round. The Winter Olympics is starting up in Milan this week, and with 245 gold medals on the table, the question is which country will prevail with the most of these shiny gold medals? Norway has been at the top in every Winter Olympics since 2014, but every year has been very close and could have gone to another country not that far behind. To you, which country takes home the most gold medals in Milan and why? Tyler, you go ahead.
There's a nation who has literal out-of-this-world training for these Winter Olympics. They've won 10 of the 21 all-time, 3 of their last 3. And the events that they take the most medals in, biathlon, skiing, and ski jumping, are some of the most medal in the Olympics, and that's a huge advantage. Norway's going to win it again. It's just not even close. Like, it wasn't even that close last time. Like, Norway they are built for this. They spend so much time, resources, and money training for these events, and they clean up in the sports that give the most medals. Strategically, no one's better.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, we're expecting a Norway answer for sure. Hopefully not all you guys are picking Norway here, guys. Please.
No, I'll switch it up on you. I'm going to go with Canada, actually.
Nice.
I think that they're going to dominate in figure skating and hockey, and also look out for them in curling. I think they might steal a gold medal there. But I really like Canada, you know, big winter nation. I'm feeling the vibes. They finished 3rd in the last 3 Olympics, right behind Germany and right behind Norway. So I think this is the year they might break through.
Yeah, did you hear that they had a power outage in curling today?
Yes. No, I didn't hear.
Yeah, they had to cut it short.
Just going to make them tougher.
Yeah, yeah. Got the adversity on their side now.
Oh, yeah.
Allie?
All right, well, since Tyler stole my answer verbatim, I'm going to say Germany is going to win the most medals this year. I love Tyler's point about being very talented in the most medaled events because it was also the exact point that I was going to make. So I will shift and I will say that Germany also performs very well in some of those high medal events, especially racing events like speed skating. Germany's been very close behind Norway the past couple of years. So I think that if anyone is going to dethrone Norway, it will be the Germans.
All right. See, I like that we changed the answers here. Unfortunately, I still have to go with Norway. I think Norway is the best answer. It's just flip of the coin. Tyler got the first, answer to it. I'm gonna give Norway the 3 points here. Germany, I think, gets the 2 points here. I like Canada as well, but I think that Germany has played better in recent years, so I'm gonna give you the 2 points here, Allie. Sorry. All right. And then that's it for round 1 of this week's College Crossfire. So when we come back, we got the big game on Sunday that we need to talk about, and as well as the NBA and NHL. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, welcome back to College Crossfire. After an entertaining first round, the leaderboard has currently Tyler in the front with 8 points, Allie with 6, and Santi with 4 points. So we aren't even halfway done, so let's get started with round number 2. Super Bowl Sunday, one of the best days of the year, especially if your team is playing in it, which I'll probably never experience, but I'm sure everyone has already thought about who they think will win between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. So with this question, I'm going to go one step further. Who do you think will win Super Bowl MVP this year, and why? Tyler, you start off.
We can talk about postseason stats all we want, but I'm going with a different type of statistic. Levi Stadium is a natural grass playing surface without a dome. So we got to look at what each quarterback can do. I'm going quarterback because those are the ones that mostly win MVPs in these games. What does each quarterback do on different playing surfaces? And San Francisco is closer to Seattle, so the climate's a little bit more favoring Darnold there. And Darnold does better on grass surfaces than May does. Additionally, we'll go into stats. Drake May has not been great this postseason. Like, it just hasn't been amazing. Sam Darnold has JSN and has been absolutely dealing this postseason. So I think stats and Levi Stadium in general, if they can avoid the electrical substation, I think Darnold takes the MVP.
Interesting. Very interesting. I wasn't expecting that point to come up. Allie?
I'm picking Darnold, too, for all the obvious reasons. I think he's 122.4 average in the postseason rating, like 78.1 QBR, something crazy like that, 70% completion, all that crazy stuff. But the real reason Darnold's going to win MVP is because everyone loves a good story. The NFL loves a story. The fans love a story. Draft bust to Super Bowl MVP. It's too romantic for the NFL to pass up. Roger Goodell is not going to let that go to waste. And he deserves it. Also, he deserves it. But it's a great story. So I think that's the main reason Sam Darnold wins MVP.
Seeing ghosts to seeing confetti.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, Santi?
All right, well, TJ, I love this question. I love the Super Bowls. The Super Bowl MVPs are always so interesting. You have guys like Malcolm Smith. Back in the day, the Green Bay Packers returner and College Game Day host Desmond Howard won an MVP in the Super Bowl. So you see these unsung heroes in the Super Bowl that make these big-time plays. And I have a Seattle Seahawks player as well, but I'm going to go with Ernest Jones IV. I think that he is going to take Will Campbell to town. I think that he's going to have, and I'm old enough to remember the last time a Super Bowl was played in Levi Stadium 10 years ago when Von Miller won Super Bowl MVP against the Carolina Panthers. I really like a defensive player winning this, especially considering Drake May's turnover issues this postseason. I really, really like Ernest Jones to win the MVP.
You see, you got a lot of laughs there, but I was listening. I was listening about that.
Thanks, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I appreciate you giving me a good answer here. And for that, I think I'm going to give you the 3 here, just for being a little
thanks,
different.
man.
I also like the fact that you brought up the Drake May struggle in the defense, all right? Hey, 10 years ago, Levi Stadium, that's a good pull right there with Von Miller winning Super Bowl MVP. I'm going to have to give you the 3 here.
But Von Miller was the MVP. He forced 2 fumbles.
And Will Campbell, I mean, he's had a tough postseason so far, actually. So I mean, I kind of like that answer. So Tyler, I'm gonna give you the 2. I like the grass and turf comparisons right there. I don't know about the Seattle, San Francisco thing and all that, but I did like the grass and turf. Allie, I liked your answer too. It just kind of became like it's a good story, but I
Which
did
is
like
true.
It is
Which
true.
is the truth.
It is very true. But moving on to the next question. The NBA has so much news revolving around tomorrow's trade deadline that you might have missed the All-Star rosters getting announced on Monday. With 12 players from the East and West getting selected, there are sure to be some players who got snubbed from playing in the game. To you, who was the biggest snub of the All-Star rosters and why? Allie, we'll start with you.
Unfortunately, it's Kawhi Leonard. Do I think he was circumventing the cap? Probably. But he is also a top 10 player this year in the NBA. 6th in the league in both BPM and player efficiency, I believe. 7th in scoring. I want to say leading in steals. Statistically better than several of the guys in the West, including, like LeBron James this year. He's dragging the corpse of the Clippers through the NBA season right now. And the fact that he was left out of the All-Star game is an all-timer snub. Whether or not Aspire is a real company that actually pays him, if Adam Silver's not going to come out and accuse him of anything, they should probably be sending him to the game.
All right, Kawhi Leonard. They actually are sending him to the game. He was a replacement.
Was
got
he?
announced yesterday.
Well, in that
I'm
case,
sorry, Santi, for taking
I
that.
didn't see that. So, still crazy.
It was a good point.
Still
until that
crazy.
happened. It is a little
Still crazy, guys.
All right.
Should have been a top ballot. Should have been a top ballot, and that's a snub in itself.
It's
Thank
true,
you.
it's
It's a
true.
snub in
All
itself.
right, Santi.
Yeah, I'll go with somebody who actually didn't make the team. I'll go with Alfred Şengün. I think that this guy's really just the actual. He's the nucleus of the Rockets' offense. The offense goes through him. Mini Jokic, he's a great passer. Obviously, Kevin Durant is going to score the points. He's going to be the main guy. But I think when you really get down to the Rockets' offensive system, it revolves around Şengün. He was the first-time All-Star last year, and I think he's really elevated his game and settled into that kind of second role playing with Durant. But I really like what he's doing for the Rockets. I think he should have been on the team.
All right, Şengün. Tyler?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the same. I always have a homebody pick every episode, and this was the easy one. It's Alperen Şengün. I mean, he is averaging a stat line that only Nikola Jokic and Jaren Jackson Jr. are averaging, which is 26-9. And since that Eurobasket trip before the season, he has been absolutely awesome. He's defensively improved. His offense has gotten so much better. And, yeah, he is the nucleus of that team. But if you look at who did make the rosters, there are people with worse stats across the board who made it. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, Chet Holmgren should not have made it over Alperen Şengün. That's just absolutely the fact of the centers of, I mean, it doesn't make sense that he didn't make it over there. And now that Kawhi Leonard did make the All-Star game, he is number one in the snubs.
The fact that he wasn't a top ballot is a snub in itself.
Still in.
I like the reasoning. Unfortunately, I have to go with Şengün as the better
This is
answer.
terrible for me. This is a bad luck.
I want to go. I think I'm going to go Tyler's reasoning a little bit better here with the, talking about the comparisons with Chet Holmgren. I think Şengün should have made it over Chet Holmgren. So I'm going to give you the 3 here. Santi, I saw you shake your head a little bit. You're still getting the 2 points, all right? So take 2 points. Ali, sorry, I'm going to have to give you the 1. It would have been better than Şengün if he didn't get added yesterday. I would have definitely given you the 3 points. All right, last question of the second round, and it's an NHL question. After Friday, the NHL will be inactive for almost 3 weeks with no games being played. It is not because of an All-Star break, though. It is because of the Winter Olympics, which we have already discussed. The season so far has been filled with action. The Colorado Avalanche, although slowing down, have been at the top of the standings the entire season. And the Buffalo Sabres and the word contending haven't gone together since LeBron James was on the Cavs the first time around. But plenty of other teams are in contention for the Cup this year that the Florida Panthers have had for the last 2 years. To you, who wins the Stanley Cup this year and why? Santi.
All right, well, speaking of LeBron, I'm going to channel a little bit of my inner Michael Alvarez here, and I'm going to go with just a guy that's really my favorite player. I think me and you have discussed this a few times before, but I'm going to go with the Edmonton. I'm going to go with the Edmonton Oilers. I know they're not really doing too hot right now. I know they're kind of struggling. Their goalkeeper is apparently one of the worst in the NHL, but I think they're going to figure it out. There's a lot to be said about the power of friendship, and I'm going to go with David to win it all this year. Finally break through.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Warriors in the regular season. They don't care too much. They strike in the postseason. I will give you that. Tyler?
I believe in the power of goaltending, so I don't think that's going to happen. Listen,
Not really a big power, I don't think.
I didn't ask you. So really what's going to happen is I usually hesitate from picking someone who is number 1 in the league right now, but when you have a player who is number 1 in plus-minus, number 1 in goals, only second in points, and you have a team that is firing on all cylinders, and yes, they're slowing down, but also now they have 3 weeks off, so they can recoup some of that energy, I think Colorado is going to take their second title in 6 years.
Second title in 6 years. All right, good, cool little fact right there at the end. Colorado Avalanche. Allie?
I'm going to preemptively apologize to everyone back there. I might talk a lot. I'm not just saying this to kiss up. I really think it's the Dallas Stars' year this year. And I'm sorry. I have a few reasons.
Play Pantera.
The East is a nightmare. The Atlantic is a prison. And I think the East is going to cannibalize itself during the playoffs. So I think whoever wins the West has a really good chance at beating the semblance of a hockey team that will be playing for the East. The Avalanche are going to succumb to the President's Trophy curse. They're already hitting a wall. They have the Olympic break, but all their best players are going to the Olympics, so they're not getting a break. And it happened to the 2023 Boston Bruins, who set like 1 million records. The Wild will not win because Bill Guerin cannot ice a championship caliber team. I don't care how much you pay Kirill Kaprizov. Quinn Hughes is playing 33 minutes a night because their second best defenseman is Brock Faber. The Oilers and the Golden Knights, are not as much of a threat this year with guys like Jason Robertson, Miro Heiskanen, Wyatt Johnson's having a crazy year, Rantanen's having a crazy year. I think if the Stars are going to do it any year, they have a really good opening this year. So I take the Stars.
Yeah, it always feels like the window gets a little bit better every year. We'll see. This is finally the year. I will say I like. Your reasoning's the best. I feel biased here, but I'm going to give you the 3 points, definitely, because you definitely made great points. You talked about the counter-argument with the Avalanche, and I like that too. it feels weird to give the Avalanche the 1 point here, but I do have to give the Oilers the 2 points here because the Edmonton Oilers, no matter what, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, they're going to show up. They're one of the fastest teams you'll ever see in the playoffs, and that's what really kills speed. And so I'm going to give Edmonton the 2 points here. Colorado's fast too as well. I just think, yeah, the President's Curse was a good point, and there's one little problem with them in the playoffs that they can't overcome. I won't talk about it because I'm not going to jinx it. But there's one thing that they do. They don't beat the Stars. No. So 2 blocks are down, and only one had to go. Or one to go, sorry. Rapid Fire is coming up, and you'll not want to miss it because it is all about the Super Bowl. All of this and finding out who will be this week's winner is right when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have made it to the last and final round, Rapid Fire. And I must say, this might be my best work so far as a host of College Crossfire. I just have to say. Before we start, we do have to say who is currently winning, and that is still Tyler right now at 14, but Ali and Santi now tied at 11. And of course, now the points are doubled in Rapid Fire, so this is truly anyone's game. It's going to be all gas, no brakes from here on out. Starting with question number 1. Sorry. Let's just get the first question up. I need to remember what it is. All right. Okay. Hold up. Sorry. All right. Let's get right into it. All right. Winning a Super Bowl is a moment millions dream of, but few achieve. So it's winning a game that is the pinnacle of American sports. Hosting the Lombardi Trophy is putting your name in the history books. So if you had just won the Super Bowl, what would be the first thing you do once you leave the stadium? How are you celebrating? Give me a whole itinerary. And keep it PG.
Well, we're gonna enter our inner James Harden. We're gonna go to a certain location that has a lot of people who enjoy to dance, and then we're gonna go to Disney World because we just won the Super Bowl MVP. We're gonna try every drink at we're gonna drink around the world at Epcot, and then hopefully TMZ doesn't get any videos of us stumbling. Hopefully we get some good
Absolutely
PR.
Will.
And then we're gonna just go home and relax.
All right,
And
all right.
we're gonna scroll reels for 2 hours.
Scroll reels. I can't wait to see my reel and be like, Santiago Ortiz taking the celebration a little too hard now from TMZ. Tyler?
You don't have to go to Orlando to get drunk. You just go on your boat. Just go on your boat and start tossing
Okay,
the
Klay
Lombardi
Thompson.
Trophy. Just start doing what Brady and Gronk did when they got hammered. Just start tossing the Lombardi Trophy back and forth. Because even if you break it, they're going to replace it. So you just go on your boat, invite the whole team. It's a great place to party. You're on the water, so no one can catch you. And you just start tossing the Lombardi Trophy. It's yours. You won it. Do something with it.
So your plan is to break the Lombardi Trophy? It needs to break. All right.
My plan is to catch the Lombardi Trophy.
Catch it. Okay.
If you don't, it's not a problem.
I've got money. I can just repair it.
It's great use of free will.
These are both really, really good choices. So it's going to be hard for me to beat. I think I would probably
Like Santi's?
also, I really like that idea. I think that would be, I think it'd be really fun to go out with my teams to undisclosed locations. I'm going to have like really good, clean, PG fun in a karaoke, in a karaoke room. I love karaoke. Could you imagine using the Lombardi Trophy as a microphone in a karaoke room, singing Party in the USA or singing, I don't know, other songs? I think it would be a lot of fun. And I've done some serious damage in a karaoke room before, guys. It's some serious business. I love karaoke. Carrie Underwood's Before He Cheats. Yeah.
Is that a heartbreak song, though?
That's a really good, like, sing. Like, you can really put some passion into that.
Yeah,
Who cares, DJ? I just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
I won the Super Bowl. Who cares?
I'm not hating. I'm
Come
not
on.
hating at all. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. We'll move on to the next question. So the average ticket price of the Super Bowl is about $8,000. And if you are surprised by that, just wait until you hear this. To buy a private suite, it will run you about $1 million on average. So let's just say you've made it to the top. Everyone loves you. You're friends with every celebrity in the world, and you're planning on buying a suite for Sunday. Who are 3 guests you are bringing to your suite and why? This could literally be anyone alive right now.
Listen,
Tyler.
I need someone who is okay, listen, I'm not a particularly strong, athletic person, and I don't like conflict. So I need someone who's going to be there to protect me from when things happen. So Shaq's going to come with me.
I knew Shaq was definitely coming up.
Shaq's going to come with me because he's fun at a party, and he's going to throw anyone out of a window. And he could pick anyone up and throw him 20 yards. So Shaq's going to come with me. I'm going to bring someone from the Texans so I can finally know what a Super Bowl is like.
Ooh.
Maybe see how CJ Stroud, so we can see how an actual quarterback plays. And then I'm gonna bring who would I bring with the third one? That is a really, really good. This is a
That's not getting a
hypothetical
lot
show.
of points, I'll tell you that.
I don't have $1 million. I'm talking like really, really fictitious people, a fictitious situation.
Do we need to come back?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They distracted me.
We're distracting him.
It distracted me. No, number 3 is going to be Gronk. Gronk knows how to
Gronk.
party.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go with dinner with Jay-Z. I'll skip out on the 500K, and I'm gonna take TJ Krulitz. I'm gonna bring him along. We've had some good football games. All right. But then I'm bringing in the heavy hitter. I'm gonna bring Aiden M Pro. If you know, you know. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be absolutely electric. Hopefully they allow pets. Maybe Lucy can come through. I think we're having a good time watching the game.
Dude,
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Wait, so what was the first one again? Jay-Z?
Yeah, I'll dinner with Jay-Z instead of 500,000. I was thinking about
All right.
I was thinking about it too.
You were thinking about that, and you still
He was
went
thinking
with
about it, and he still
Okay,
said
Allie.
it. All right. Give me, for similar reasons that Tyler's bringing CJ Stroud, give me Dan Campbell. I feel like he just knows how to have a good time.
Every first down,
Also,
he's gonna be like, let's go for it.
and which, by the way, is what I do when I watch football as well. Big guy, he can also protect me from all the craziness. You bite some kneecaps, exactly. Give me Chris Illich, the owner of Little Caesars Pizza. Unlimited Little Caesars. Yes, I said what I said. He's also the owner of the Detroit Red Wings, and I have some opinions to share with him.
Oh, yeah.
He also owns the Detroit Tigers, and he won't pay Tariq Skubal. So unlimited pizza, and I can express my opinion. Some negotiating. And then I want to kick it with Beyonce, so I'm going to bring Beyonce too.
Beyonce.
Her husband's in the Epstein Files, but she wasn't.
Yeah, we got Jay-Z, and then we also have Beyonce.
I personally, unlike someone I know, would cross-reference all my guests with the Epstein Files first. But that's just me, maybe.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
ask this last question while I process these answers real quick and try to find out who I should give these points to. So, we were just talking about Dan Campbell. Something tells me he would be pretty good at this question. All right, I've put you in the shoes of a player. I've put you in the shoes of a celebrity. Now it's time to put you in the shoes of a coach. You're about to run out your team on one of the biggest spotlights. Your team has a ton of adrenaline pumping, and so do you. So with that being said, give me your best motivation speech to give to your team before the game.
This is easy. I got this. I'm giving the speech
You gotta act it out.
from, shoot, okay, I'm just going to say it first. I'm giving the Miracle speech from Miracle 2004, Herb Brooks, verbatim. I didn't know, see, obviously I didn't practice, but I did watch this movie the other day. But, you know, this is your moment. So go out there and take verbatim, Herb Brooks, never fails. I'm sorry I can't act it out today. I hope I don't lose points for that, but Miracle speech.
It's close. It's
There
close.
is
Miracle
one
speech.
sports speech that stands above the rest in history. It's not that one. Tim Tebow. Before the second half of that one Florida game, where he says, and I know. So instead of saying 30 minutes for the rest of your life, it's 60 minutes for the rest of your life. You go up there. He is the most energetic. You're going to have energy. You got to be strong. You got to start yelling. You got to get these people motivated. 60 minutes for the rest of your life. Let's go out there. Let's do some damage. That's how you start a Super Bowl.
All right, all right. Santi, are you gonna give an original speech?
No, actually I'm not. Since like everybody
Oh
else is
my.
since everybody else is going with
I want
just like
somebody to stand up and.
Well-
Come on, come on.
I kind of wanted to channel my inner Trevor Lawrence, where he's like, "Come on, guys, let's go out there, let's have some fun, let's play some football." I really like that's really a speech that sticks out to me all the time. But yeah, I'd probably go with that one.
Jeez, man. I know you guys could motivate me to make a
Sandwich.
Jeez, man.
going
I don't even know. Let me add these up real quick. I don't even know who to give these points to. That's just terrible. Terrible. Okay, all right. I added up the points. I have no, I'm not going to have any second thoughts on how I added these points up. So glad all you guys decided to spend your Wednesday night with us here on College Crossfire. This was a fantastic show. We had incredible talent, amazing answers, but as we all know, there can only be one winner. And that winner is the freshest man on the show, Tyler Strempel.
I would
You
like
gotta comment on
to
that first.
apologize to all the women. I respect all of the women in sports. I think y'all make the world a better place, and it is nice to have. It is nice to have all these different opinions, and I am all about progress. I am sorry that I accidentally took this day from y'all. I'm scared for what's going to happen after the cameras come off, but I'm happy to be back on Crossfire. I screwed up Rapid Fire on Tournament Champions, so we just got to get back there, finally win it.
All right, yeah. What a beautiful answer there, Tyler. I love that one. That was an impressive showing, and I congratulate you on the win, Tyler. Can't wait to see you back on the show next week. Thanks for all coming on. And, yeah, I want to thank everyone who makes this show possible, from the contestants, like I just said, to the in-studio personnel, all the people in Master Control, especially our executive producer, Gabriel Silva, and to you, the audience, everyone in the audience, people viewing on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Remember to tune in to our other shows here at TSTV Sports, which include the 1-0 Sports Show on Friday at 11 and College Press Box on Tuesday at 6. We're glad you joined us here for College Crossfire. We hope to see you next week to watch Tyler try to defend his title. This has been TJ Krulitz. Have a great night.